Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Sierra Leone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Kono District. And specifically, I send this teladu to all Salon Pikinde within the diaspora and one with the back home na Sierra Leone, and to also Kono Pikinde within the diaspora and one with the back home na Sierra Leone and inside Kono District. This na David Bongo the Cantona from Kono News Network, and today I go for talk about what's in the happen between Koidu Limited, the courtroom, and the Koidu Limited workers the way they been done sack or we been done resign their job. I know say or we all know say this case don't pass 1 year now where then they go up and down for make them decide this case. The case don't go to parliament, it don't go to inspector general, it don't go to vice president. We see the first lady self involved in this case, but up to this point in time, they not really make any decision yet. Since nothing we get for do with equal rights and justice, make we listen to this music before ever we go ahead with this discussion.
Everyone is crying out for peace. None is crying out for justice. I said, everyone is crying out for peace. I say, none is crying out for justice. But there will be no peace till man gets equal rights and justice. Yeah. Equal rights and justice. Oh, yeah. Equal rights and justice. Equal rights and justice.
Okay, this na equal rights and justice wey na a music wey Peter Tosh play, and we all know wetin make this music a very important na the world. We know say the world not level. We can talk about democracy, we dey talk about equal right, but for implement am na the problem. So this case here so wey dey happen right now na Sierra Leone, and wey comot na Kono district wey dey affect the workman dem right now. Na one of dem cases dem dey wey we feel say equal rights and justice suppose for play panel. So I go also say family dem una good evening, una kushe, una adu. This na David Bongo the Canto una from Kono News Network. We know say this case here so wey dey between we brothers and sisters and from Koidu Limited, the workman the way sit down right now wey they wait for let justice play in their life, so that the Koidu Limited administration will give them the money where they due them and the justice where they due them. Not to just money actually where they look at. A day beyond that, a day we justice system and credibility they at stake, with government and credibility they at stake, and the workman themselves self. Not to just the workman they now waiting at Koidu Limited, but all workman at Sierra Leone. This particular case where Koidu Limited workman and Dipana a litmus case for every other workman, every company na the country. Because how do they handle this? Nanga for sure how they go handle any other case inside the country. So I go with this, I go get back to now fumble them. Uh, this news is about justice on trial in Sierra Leone, the Koidu workers, the courtroom, and the politics in between. So again, once more, good evening to our listeners across Kono District, Sierra Leone, and the diaspora. Tonight, we bring you a story that is not just about the court case. It is about justice, dignity, and the value of a worker's sweat. Over 800 former employees of Koidu Limited are demanding what they say is rightfully theirs. Millions of dollars in unpaid wages. These are not just numbers. These are fathers, mothers, young people, people whose daily labor powered one of Sierra Leone's most valuable diamond operations. And now they are in court, not for opportunity, but for justice. At the heart of this case is a serious allegation that workers were underpaid due to exchange rate manipulations, paid in a way that did not reflect the true value of their earnings. For years, they say they worked under conditions that did not match their contracts. So, the question we must ask is very simple. How can those who help generate wealth remain trapped in poverty? Now, let's take a look at inside the courtroom. The recent sitting brought not just legal arguments, but drama also. Surprising developments emerged when Honorable Tamba Kellie stepped forward, reportedly seeking to represent Koidu Limited. But the court stood firm. The judge refused to recognize him as the substantive lawyer in the matter. Why was that? Because in the court of law, process matters very, very much. Not position, not influence, not political status. To represent a party in an ongoing case, there must be a formal notice of change of counsel, proper authorization, and due recognition by the court. These are not more formalities, they are the foundation of justice. And without them, no one, no matter how powerful, can simply walk into a courtroom and take over a case. This moment sends a strong message. The rule of law must stand above all else. But as we examine this case, we must look beyond the courtroom. Where are the voices of the leaders or the leadership in Sierra Leone, in Kono district? Traditional leaders in Kono have always been the custodians of the people. They are expected to mediate, to protect, and to speak when their communities are in distress. Yet, many are asking, have they done enough? Silence in times like this is not neutral. It is powerful, and it can be interpreted in many ways. And what about our parliamentarians? These are elected representatives entrusted with the responsibility to defend the rights of the people, to raise concerns, to demand accountability, to ensure that no citizen is treated unfairly. But today, many workers and citizens are asking, who is truly speaking for Kono? Now let us confront an uncomfortable truth, that is the politics. There are growing concerns that this case is no longer just about workers and a company. It is becoming entangled in political interest. Alignments are forming, narratives are shifting. And when politics enters a courtroom, justice can become a casualty. This must not happen at all because this case is bigger than Koidu Limited. It is bigger than the workers. It is about the credibility of our institutions. It is about whether the ordinary Sierra Leonean can stand up and be heard. So what next? There should be a statement or a settlement. There could be a prolonged legal battle. But whatever the outcome, one thing is certain. The eyes of the nation are watching. Watching to see if fairness will prevail. Watching to see if the law will protect the weak as much as it protects the powerful. And as we close, with this opening statement, we leave you with this thought. If a worker can give years of service yet must fight in court just to be paid, then the real issue is not just a company dispute. It is a test of justice in Sierra Leone. This is what I think my opening statement will be, and I'll come to the body of the conversation where I'll give you further details about the way this particular case is going. Again, I want to just as a reminder tell you I'm discussing about Koidu Limited versus the workers, and I'm also putting into place justice, law, and politics in Kono District and in Sierra Leone in general. So today or tonight, this is what we want to talk about. Number one will be the $36 million fight for justice, which the workers take Koidu Limited to court for. So these are the key points. Over 850 former workers are demanding $36.9 million in unpaid wages. Fumble them at the talk to now inside this particular courtroom issues, the problem we don't between we brothers and sisters them now Koidu Limited and the company self what in the go on between them. Approximately now about $36 million issue we get for be in form of payment, benefits, and other things and where the workman is supposed to forget from Koidu Limited. So the core issue now in this exchange rate manipulation I mean not take place a lot where the workman they not being agree with the exchange rate where the company they give them. So workers paid far below agreed US dollar value. They're not been they get the exchange rate according to the American dollar exchange rate will been they go on at that time. Allegations of systematic underpayment from 2019 to 2025. This is shows say from 2019 to 2025, the workman have not been get better salary according to the contract and according to the agreement. So this been done raise a very big concern across the country. So we go ask this: are multinational companies exploding or exploiting weak regulatory enforcement, human impact we get for day for this? Layoffs of over 1,000 workers in Midon, Sidon now, I think say now the second year this, and where they lead to a lot of problems, hardship, and community collapse. Next, we will talk about the what happened inside the courtroom. What happened in the courtroom? The key points are these. Legal teams presented arguments on wage discrepancies and contractual obligations. Workers' lawyers emphasizing the following: violation of employment laws, unjust enrichment by the company, and then court examining the following: validity of payment structures, legitimacy of contractual agreements versus actual payments. And then the case is shaping into a test of labor rights enforcement in Sierra Leone. So what I just talked now in summary, the case dey na court and the key points the way the court they look at na the argument where they go on between the workman them and the company we get for do with the contracts them where the company not being fulfill their own part of it. And also the court they look at the validity of the statement where the workman them may say concerning the payment where they may get for say it not being correct, and the legitimacy of the contract where they may sign and the company not follow that thing and they. So the court get for look at all that thing and they. Next, we look at wetin be happen inside the court. We understand say yes, Honorable Tamba Kellie, we now one of the Kono Parliamentarians and we na the opposition party in there. Himself being going at the court, he go show up. And inside Sierra Leone, would they, and any other side, not to just Sierra Leone, would they feel say if any lawyer will want to represent a case, he get the right for do so. But procedures then they. But it come to everybody as a surprise with the knowledge wey in the Honourable Tamba Kellie dey claim for say e get. E no able follow dem procedures dem dey. You no go just go show up na court wey the judge no know for say na you dey come for the case, the judge no get any formal report or any kind of affidavit for say well dem dey transfer the case to this lawyer so that no happen. And to the judge in credibility and in credit, we want to say the judge act swiftly and deny Honorable Tamba Kellie not for even explain anything until he make imposition very legal, which na the right thing for do. He tell Honorable Tamba Kellie say he no sabi am, he no know am, even if he know am as an individual. But in that particular instance, the judge talk say categorically say he no know am and he no for make any statement regarding that particular case. That not been go down well with Honorable Tamba Kellie, but we know say na the right thing the judge do. So this raise serious questions them. That action the way that Honorable Tamba Kellie take, or way we go call lawyer Tamba Kellie, this na the questions the way go raise. Is he officially retained by the company? Now the company been take am or not to the company take am? And if na the company take am, why they not communicate that to the court or the judge? Is this a political or legal move? We no know wetin na the intention behind Honorable Tamba Kellie in move. We no go categorically say na this na politics dey play into the game, but we know say yes, the people dem wey been dey support the workman dem, majority of them na on the SLPP side dem dey. And if in the Tamba Kellie dey raise up im own concerns dem right now, or e dey show up for this case, we dey take am like I say, we dey assume, we no dey talk say this na the case, but possibly politics go dey play inside. Since in the Tamba Kellie na APC dey represent, and the other people wey dey talk in favor of the workman dem na mostly na SLPP dem. Not all SLPP dey support the workman dem, but most of them. So we dey believe and hope say this no go be political tug of war between SLPP and APC for politicize the case wey dey go on right now between Koidu Limited and the workman dem. We go come to the next thing. Judge rejects representation and why Honorable Tamba Kellie was not recognized. Key points. The judge refused to recognize Honorable Tamba Kellie as the substantive lawyer. Possible legal reasons are these: no formal filing or notice of change of counsel, lack of proper authorization from Koidu Limited. And then the key takeaway in this one is this: courts rely on procedures, not status or political influence. Yeah, we go before and talk about knowing the law and how lawyers are properly replaced in ongoing cases. Key points. Standard legal procedures are expected and they include the following: filing a notice of change of legal representation supposed to happen. Consent from previous counsel or court approval supposed to happen. Proper documentation and recognition by the court itself supposed to happen. But all them three tiers wey I don mention not been happen, and Honorable Tamba Kellie go show up. Now that make the judge self not recognize am. So without due process, any lawyer, no matter how powerful you dey, cannot legally act in court in those circumstances. So this explains the judge's firm stance. So the judge now on them legal stance and they deny for listening to Honorable Tamba Kellie. And would they believe say Honorable Tamba Kellie self with your own lawyer expertise where he get, it's supposed for no say then rule then they supposed for happen. And if they deny him, this is a big disgrace to himself. Next time he will know waiting for do. So what happens next? Possible outcomes of the case will be the following. Key points. Settlement possibility a day is still there. Out of court agreement could save time and reputation, but we no see how that dey get for be feasible. If na full trial, that could expose deeper issues in Sierra Leone's mining sector. If dem go through full trial, that go expose a lot of things in our mining sector, not to just Connaught district, but any other place we get mining inside Sierra Leone. So financial implications are the following: 36.9 million leones dollars, sorry, claim could significantly affect the company. If the company get for get that money, they get for significantly affect them. So precedent setting is this. This case may redefine labor rights enforcement nationwide. Like I've been done say before, this case here na get for show every other workman wey dey inside Sierra Leone una sit down una watch this case here so, because this case not to just for them mining people them, na for everybody inside Sierra Leone. If them workman dem succeed, na all workman dem na Sierra Leone don succeed too. And we will give kudos to the Minister of Labour wey been team up tranga one for make sure say the workman dem get them right. And we also believe and all man see how the first lady sef team up tranga one for let the workman dem get them benefit. So the next question we I get now na this: where are the leaders? Wetin are the role of the traditional authorities in Connaught district? So in that I have these key points. Paramount chiefs and traditional leaders are expected to mediate between company and workers. This particular point also, according to the most recent information we'll get, we understand say PC Paramount Chief Paul Gabasakwi been try for intervene. He call the workman dem, or the workman dem come to am, they explain and then case to am at the start of this issue. And in the Paramount Chief Sakwi been get for assure the workman dem say he go call the Connaught Parliamentarian there and put the case to them. So, and he deliver on him promise. He call the workman them, he call the parliamentarian them, then sit down, then get meeting. Inside that particular meeting day, we understand say Honorable Emerson Lamina Bindede, Simeon Johnny Bindede, in the Honorable Tamba Kellie, we go team up na court, himself Binde Panda meeting day, and we Paramount Chief when in the representative back na parliament, himself Bindede, when Chief Paul Sakwi, and also we understand say the mayor Kombasam himself Bindede. The promise with them or the commitment with them make that day, they sit down and discuss lengthy discussions, the details and of them discussions and they will not get them. But we understand say they make a pledge for say then go discuss. When I say them, I mean the parliamentarians, them including every other person will be attend the meeting. They say they go talk to the Koidu Limited administration and get back to the workman them. But when they go talk to Koidu Limited, they not come back for talk to the workman them. No feedback not been there for let the workman them understand for say, well, this nine are the results will come up on the meeting where we politicians then get with the Koidu Limited people them. But inside it so to not understand whether there was any follow-up from the Paramount Chief, we convene that meeting day to the workman themselves. We not been get any proof for say that be happen. So also under the key points, we Paramount Chief they would expect them for say them we will protect the community in your interest. So the criticism from the public 90s, perceived silence or weak advocacy. Historical concerns then also go follow. Past allegations of elite agreement including or excluding ordinary citizens is a key issue. Where people then the community then they complain for say most of the agreements the way they sign for mining, for sell ground, the community members they not get any say into it. So they self they ask this term if anything get for happen now make themselves get key role for play. So this is not the question where I go ask under the Paramount Chief then role. Are traditional leaders defending the people or aligning with power? This na question where I go left to the public for make the answer. Next, we go move on to parliamentarians under pressure. Whether they dey under pressure or not, we don't know. But if they under pressure now, themselves go don create the pressure for themselves. Because when you get professional misconduct or you no abide by professional standards, you dey play double role. The people the way you for represent and talk for, you dey compromise your position by holding token from the one the way you suppose for go demand right from. So that dey make some people or some parliamentarians dem no able defend dem people dem, because dem hand dey na the mouth of the company, dem hand dey na the mouth of the community members, because dem suppose for protect dem community members. But by virtue of the way wey dem don lean to the administration of the mining company, dem don tie themselves back there. Dem no go able go say anything to dem, because dem allegedly dey take money from dem people dem dey. So na that na the problem wey dey bring frustration na the public. So whether dey speak for the suffering workman dem, na the question wey all man dey ask. We go continue for go with this. Politics in the courtroom. Is this case being politicized? So now the key point in this way we for look at. Growing perceptions are that political actors are aligning with either the company or the workers. Time go reach, we dey see say until election dey come very soon, politicians dem go either align with the company for make they able extort money for their campaign, or they align with the workman dem for can fool people dem back for say una vote for we go solve una problem. The case wey dey on right now, if dem no able solve this case up to 2028 or the next election cycle, na im dem go use for fool people dem for say we go fight for let dem workman dem get their money, we go fight for let the company do wetin e suppose for do. So let we dey watch for dem kind thing dem dey in future. But notwithstanding that, let we be very, very careful about how we dey handle issues. So these are the previous tensions that we been done dey. The first lady been don align herself with the workman dem, and e been don also try for talk between the workman dem and the company, and that not be able to solve the dispute. So this na create the concerns dem now. Political interference could undermine justice if that dey continue, and legal processes may be influenced by power dynamics. So the core issue na this: justice must be independent of politics. Let we judiciary know say dem credibility e dey at stake na the international world. Make dem decision no be influenced by politics. Make dem know say dem workman dem no get strong background. Dem workman dem no get strong financial strength wey go able fight against the company. So the only strength inside the country na justice wey dem go rely on. Dem go rely on the parliament wey go make the law for let justice become very strong. Dem go rely on the judiciary committee wey go uphold the law for make sure say even the least person in the country get the maximum right wey e suppose for get. So we go continue for go. Beyond the court, the bigger question in Sierra Leone is this, the key points. This is not just a labor dispute. It is about the following: governance in the country, corporate accountability in the country, and the rule of law. Koidu Limited is a major economic player. Approximately $100 million are exports annually. And then the outcome will signal whether Sierra Leone protects its workers or prioritize corporate interests over its workers. So for me to close, I'll have this to say: if workers can labor for years and still fight for their wages in court, then the real question is not just about Koidu Limited, it is about the state of justice in Sierra Leone. Family dem, wetin I don say here today na for all Salone people dem. This not just for politicians, not just for the government, and not just for paramount chief dem or other stakeholders. Now we all get for protect justice inside the country. But most of the time, the one the way not get much financial strength, they not get much political influence, now then they suffer na the justice system. Because if, for example, over 1,000 people the way don left work inside Koidu Limited, then carry the case go na court. And this case, then call the case na Freetown and ask boku people them from Kono for travel go na Freetown. That's na one problem where we justice system get. How on earth you go call boku people them for travel go and not to them all get for talk na the court, you not call them leaders, you say make them all travel go na Freetown for go listen to case. And so then don't they now, then they there for some 1 week, some few days, then get feeding and accommodation problem. And that's all we don't know whether the court get for account for that or the court get for make let them pay the workers them, then transportation cost, the accommodation cost, and then feeding. Then get right for get that thing and they. Or why the case no they not make the case the sit na Kono district itself inside Koidu city. Wey for be make am very easy for the workman dem not for pay boku money for go na Freetown, dem go just walk out inside the court dem go. The judiciary na small in terms of number compared to the workman dem wey boku in terms of number. So this na something again wey the justice system suppose for look at. They therefore decentralize this judiciary system. I believe say court suppose for sit down na Koidu wey go handle this particular thing also. But if it has to be the case for say them for do this here na Freetown, make them consider for reduce the number of representation on the side of the workman dem so that they no go spend exorbitant money just for go attend court. And I dey push this back to all salon people dem. Today na dem workman dem. Tomorrow it will be another sect of people in our community. Let we understand say justice delayed is justice denied. And the workman dem suppose for don't get justice at this point in time. If the lawyer wey dey represent Koidu Limited not show up na the court, that I think say procedures dem dey and law dey wey dey address that kind case too. So let the judge make sure say he follow the law, and let the judge also penalize who say need for penalize, especially if the people that they delay the case or then they try for manipulate for let them play hideous kind of activities. So I want to tell you all thank you for una listen, una pay attention. I dey encourage you now for let una subscribe. Una will not subscribe it, una comment, una will don't already subscribe, and una suggest una ideas them. I also want to tell kudos to all bloggers there inside Kono, executives of Kono organizations and other Kono groups, and also other Sierra Leone groups that will fight for justice. Boku Sierra Leone groups then will fight for justice, and we want for credit them and they all for the kind work where they do. Wanna thank you, wanna subscribe, wanna comment, wanna share and like. Wanna hit the notification bell so that next time when I come, wanna go here and see. Wanna thank you. Again, this is David Gongo, the canto owner from Kono News Network. Una